80 grand when you get out the door here for a larger SUV that's not a luxury vehicle. I have to sneak through the bushes so I don't get bombarded by salespeople. All right, so I wanted to come to this Nissan dealership in particular today for two reasons. One, a lot of you have been asking me to check prices on new Nissans, so I'm the man of the people, so that's what I'm doing. We're going to check some prices on some Nissans today. But I also wanted to come to this one in particular because I checked it about a month ago, and every vehicle that they had on their lot, they had a $2,000 market adjustment. Now, as we're seeing inventory rise for new car dealers. What we're also seeing is that a lot of these manufacturers are starting to add incentives. And the reason they would add incentives is because the ability to sell is getting much weaker. So I want to see if some of these dealers are fighting against these manufacturers and actually trying to not sell their cars by adding on bogus fees, adding on market adjustments, so that the customer can pay more. And you know what, these dealers are going to sell less cars if they're trying to sell them for more money. All right, so now what I'm seeing just by walking this lot pretty quickly is that every one of their new vehicles, they have a market adjustment of exactly $2,000. Now, what the argument has been for these new car dealers to actually have a market adjustment is because they don't have any inventory. So they need to be making more per unit, and it's scarce, so you just can't go out there and find them. But this is a Nissan Rogue that's behind me. They got three right here, and you know what? There's a couple spaces open right there, but check it out. They've got all of these Rogues here for sale. So the market adjustment argument doesn't really work when you can come here and you can choose from 15, 20 different Rogues, because really they're not scarce anymore. You can go out to any Nissan dealership, you can find these vehicles anywhere. So these dealers that are still charging these market adjustments, they really have no reason to be able to do that. And it comes down to you as the consumer. You can really just choose to go somewhere else. So if these dealers that are charging market adjustments, when inventory is not scarce anymore, they start selling less cars. If you don't buy from them, they're going to have to start knocking off these market adjustments, because at the end of the day, they're just not going to sell as many cars as a dealer that is not charging these market adjustments. All right, so right here we got two models of the Rogue. This one right here is a Platinum, and this right here is a SV. So I'm gonna give you prices on both of them. So this Platinum one has a MSRP of $41,000. Oh, sorry, a little close. They have Scotch Guard paint protection by 3M for $399. Wheel locks, $169, and then you have your market adjustment of $2,000 here. So the total price that they're asking here at this dealership for this Platinum Rogue is $44,066. So let's now check the SV version, and this one's the lower end of the Rogue, and the MSRP on it is, well, I got close again, $31,635. The 3M window film is $443. They didn't have it on that one, but they got on this one. Scotch Guard by 3M is $399. Wheel locks $169. The market adjustment of $2,000. So the total price they're asking for this one is $34,646. All right, here is a Pathfinder, is a SL, and it's 4-wheel drive. And the MSRP on it is $45,815. They have a 3M window film for $443. Scotch Guard by 3M is $399. Wheel locks $169. Market adjustment here, again, $2,000 for every vehicle. So the total asking price here is $48,826 for this Pathfinder. So here's something nice to see. It's a Sentra, and I've been checking a lot of Ford dealers, a lot of GM dealers, and the reason I say it's nice is because all of these other manufacturers, especially the American ones, they're really going away from four-door sedans, these more affordable cars for the general public, just because they don't make as much money. So it's nice to see Nissan, still Toyota, Honda still making these four-door sedans that are they're really good if you're trying to buy a new car but you're still on a budget. And just looking at the price here, I can say that it's definitely way better. So the MSRP on this is a Sentra 4-door, but base model, it's $23,415. They still have these bogus dealer fees. This is the dealer problem. This is not Nissan problem. The 3M window film, $400. The 3M Scotch Guard, $400. Wheel locks, market adjustment. But the asking price here is $26,400. $426, which right now in this market for a four-door sedan is not crazy. But keep in mind that this dealer in particular here is charging a lot of these extra fees. So if you just look at the MSRP and you take that to a dealer that's not charging these extra fees, they're out there. You can find new dealerships that are selling at or under MSRP right now. You just have to search, you have to dig, but the MSRP is $23,000. So you should be able to find one around that price. So I'll stay down here because there's some music playing up that way, and don't want it playing in the background. It's kind of hard to edit it out. So, but anyway, there's some Nissan Altimas down towards this way, midsize four-door sedan for Nissan, and they're right around $35,000 at this dealership. So go somewhere else, you'll be able to find them a little bit cheaper because you're going to be paying under MSRP or around MSRP at other Nissan dealerships. But $35,000 here, so it's just nice to see these four-door sedans after going to Ford, Chevy, GMC, because you're just not going to find them there. All right, so here's your big SUV from Nissan. Is your Nissan Armada. So let's see what this is. Wow, MSRP is $74,800. You got your dealer fees, all of that added. So you can pay $77,811 for this. That's crazy, but it's a sweet SUV. It's really nice. It looks great inside, but still 80 grand when you get out the door here for a larger SUV that's not a luxury vehicle. That's a lot. All right, we got some Frontiers here. I actually really like that color. That's nice. Let's see what's going on. All right, so MSRP on this is $43,235. Dealer fees added, $2,000 market adjustment, like on everything. So the price here is $46,246 for this Nissan Frontier. All right, so I actually saw a few Titans up there at the top. Actually, up. Nope, not close. Yeah, there at the top. So I ran up there, got a price real quick, and ran back down, so I didn't get tackled by any sales reps or anything. But I don't want to be up there because I know they'll ask me a lot of questions and want me to come inside, and I don't know what happens when you go inside. Kind of scares me a little bit. But Titan's like $65,000. So for a full-size truck, you know what? In today's market, the other trucks I've seen, the F-150s that are like $80,000. I mean, we've seen some for like 65, 70 grand, but the Nissan, the upper models, they're $65,000. So I mean, that in today's market, that doesn't seem all that crazy for a full-size truck, but it's crazy still. $65,000 is a lot of money for a vehicle. They look good, but it's still just a machine. It's just a truck. So I wouldn't pay $65,000 for a new vehicle, but anyway, that's what Titan's running right now, 65 grand. All right, so I'm at another Nissan dealership right now, and this one's only about 20 minutes away from the last one that I was at. Guess what? They don't really have a ton of inventory. I just talked to one of the sales reps. His name is Miguel. Is a very nice guy, and I talked to him a little bit about what they charge on top of whatever their MSRP price is. He said there's nothing. That's the first thing he led with, and that's great as a salesperson of a dealership like this to be able to lead with it. That's actually a selling point right now, because there's so many dealerships that are still charging these overages, these market adjustments. And this dealership's not, and guess what? They have less inventory because they're selling it. So something else I want to point out, I don't know if you can see all these vehicles right over, actually let me put them. All those Rogues that are over there, Miguel actually told me that they're not for sale because they're fleet vehicles. So that's what we've seen a lot, is that a lot of these manufacturers are saying that, yes, sales up, but when you dig into the numbers, I know Ray talks a lot about this on Car Edge, that when you actually dig into the numbers, when they're saying that sales are up, their retail sales are down, but their overall sales are up because fleet sales. And you can see all of those vehicles over there. There was, what, there's 30 that are being held just to be fleet vehicles. And that's almost more, I would say it is more new vehicles sitting over there for fleet sales that have been sold than they actually have on their lot. So they're selling stuff retail, but these manufacturers, they can kind of pad their numbers a little bit because of these fleet sales right now. But really, I mean, vehicles, the inventories have been down, so now these companies that needed to have these fleet vehicles, they're buying them all right now, but that's going to go away soon. So you're going to start seeing that in the numbers come down, because fleet vehicles can only pad the numbers for so long. I actually don't think that I looked up price on a Murano at that last dealership. So like I said here, it's just MSRP. That's what you pay. For this 2023 Murano, it's a SV, their price, where's it at? Total is $40,850. That's MSRP. That's what they charge here. All right, so just to give you guys a little bonus coverage here, I just went to this Kia dealership, because it's right beside this Nissan dealership, just to look to see what they had. Every one of their cars they've actually got a markdown on it, and I looked to try to find some of their new Kias, and had to actually ask a sales rep about it. And he said, okay, well, we got these two right here, we got a couple over there. They had like 6 new cars, and I said, well, what is it? Are y'all not getting the allocations? You're not getting them sent from the factory? He's like, no, we just selling them as soon as we get them. We don't have any market adjustment, so we're moving them. So here's another example. They don't have any new vehicles, hardly. They got 5 or 6. Because they're selling at MSRP. That's just the easy way to move vehicles right now, and a lot of dealers are just not getting the picture. They're seeing that, hey, we're going to be selling less cars, we're going to be getting sent less cars, because the inventory is still not up to where it was. So you know what, we need to make as much as we can per vehicle. Not this dealership, not this Nissan dealership. They're selling vehicles, they're selling them when they get them, because they're selling them for what in today's market is a fair price, which is MSRP. Don't get me wrong, MSRP is not a good price, but these dealers, they have to move with the market. And right now, the market is saying MSRP is a good price. That's what they're selling them for. That's why they're moving them. Another thing that we saw, and I'll throw some B-roll here too, because they've got music over here, so I can't really walk over here and film. But they have a ton of used vehicles, and all of them have prices, and they have price cuts. So that's another thing we want to start seeing as we're going to these dealerships, is to start seeing these prices come down, start seeing these dealer adjustments come off, starting to see some of these bogus fees come off. And then, you know what, these dealers are going to sell some cars that's going to be better for the manufacturers too. So we're already seeing price cuts across the board, like in Stellantis, the Dodge, Jeep, Ram. We're seeing price cuts coming from Tesla. So a lot of these other manufacturers, they're going to have to get on board, because you know what, slow economic times are here, and it's going to get even worse from here. Interest rates are still going up, and it's going to be harder to sell cars. So they've got to cut these bogus fees. They've got to lower their prices. Some dealers and some manufacturers are already doing it. They're going to start winning when they start doing this. It's going to be a long road, because someone like Jeep, their prices were already crazy high, but they are seeing in the market that they're not able to sell their vehicles for what they're trying to get right now, so they are cutting their prices. Ford, I think, is going to be next. These F-150s are everywhere. I've been to a bunch of Ford dealerships, and they are stacked with these F-150s. Last numbers I saw, they had 100-day supply. They had over 100-day supply. They like to be 50, 60 days. So they've got way too much inventory. They've got to move it. So you're going to start seeing new car prices come down. You're going to start seeing more incentives, and you're going to start seeing more stuff like this. More stuff like this is that they are going to cut these bogus fees, and they're going to start moving some cars. They got to. Okay, so now what did we learn? We went to 2 different Nissan dealerships within 20 minutes of each other. One was selling for MSRP and nothing else, and another one was selling for MSRP plus market adjustments plus dealer add-ons plus wheel guards, stickers to put on your car to protect from whatever. So what does that mean for you as a consumer? If you are in the market for a new vehicle, shop around. I can almost guarantee that within an hour of you, if you're looking for one vehicle, there are going to be 4 different dealerships selling that exact same vehicle. So go to all 4 of them, and you know what, get an out the door price from each and every one of them, and then you can compare after that and make sure that you're getting the absolute best deal possible. And do not pay a market adjustment ever again. Those days are gone forever. We're not doing that anymore. Again, $2,000 for every vehicle. Motorcycle. Really wish the wind would stop blowing. It's always blowing when I'm doing something like this. It's so frustrating, because the sound quality's got to be just absolute garbage. And I've got one of those little mics or whatever, but I haven't really tried it yet, so I'm not sure how good it's going to work. Actually, wind stopped. All right, so nope, there it goes again. Come on, wind. There you go. All right, so there it is again. Oh my goodness. All right, no cussing. All right, so actually, all right, so just to give y'all a little bonus cover, I don't want to say y'all on here, not y'all,